You know what, religious bullies? You've worked your way into quite a pickle, and you don't even see it. See, your whole shtick falls apart with the notion that God doesn't make mistakes. Your entire racket is BS based on that ridiculous premise, because you literally spend all your time trying to fix your almighty's fuck-ups. If bipolar Big G doesn't make mistakes, then duh, Christian crazies, everything is awesome. Have a damn sandwich. Sit down and STFU, okay? Praise be. But nah, see, according to you, your God gets it wrong constantly, and he somehow assigned you as his piety police. You fancy yourself Christ's Karens, the Hail Mary hall monitors, God's goons. Somehow, despite the whole perfect in every way branding, the most fervent Christians think God's a catastrophe when it comes to gender and sexuality. He's woefully uninformed on what constitutes acceptable relationships and personal beliefs. He even screwed up love thy neighbor because he forgot to specify color, sexuality, gender identity, citizenship status, and religious dogma. Thank goodness the all-knowing Christian nationalists of today are here to tell us which neighbors are lovable and which aren't. Remember when God got it wrong about left-handed people and all those smarter-than-God folks tried to beat the lefty out of God's erroneous children? As a lefty myself, I guess I'm lucky somehow the smarter-than-God folks moved on to fixing other mistakes God made and finally left the lefties alone. Well, now the smarter-than-God folks are all over fixing one of God's biggest all-time snafus. You guessed it, trans people. Any Christian narcissist, nationalist, same thing. Any self-proclaimed smarter-than-God goon would tell you trans people are a surefire indicator that God is testing his flock to see who's paying attention. Clearly, the only ones who are committed to turning the trans people into more mainstream God products will get bonus points and the satisfaction of knowing they know better than the God they made up. Yeah. It's definitely not that God's greatest mistake was making shitty people who are so weak, ignorant, and ridiculous that they can say God makes no mistakes out of one side of their mouth and say trans people are an abomination out of the other side. Yeah. I think the next time I come across the type of God's children who believe bullying anyone in the name of their God is a godly thing to do, I'm going to tell them I'm sorry they got saddled with such a loser for a God. And then I'm going to tell them I hope they have the day they deserve.